Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for hopping on. One, I just really, really love our team. When you're surrounded by a bunch of other teams, it just makes you so extremely grateful for what you have. And I need to tell you two things real fast. I don't know if I can remember the second. Shoot, that's okay. Number one, I was reminded of this. Someone texted me today and said, hey, Julianne, I remember when we were at our first Diamond retreat 3 years ago, and I remember you sat in the crowd and you go, I'm going to leave my job in a couple months. I'm going to go Diamonds, or I'm going to do this. And I must have been Diamond. So she said, I remember you physically saying, like specifically saying, you're going to leave your job. And guess what, you guys? I did. And it wasn't because everything looked like I was going to. It was because I made a choice. Second, I remember always sitting in and on Zooms. I remember being at live events. I remember hearing speakers, National Wake Up Call, all these things. And I remember doing this, going, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I do that? Why can't I start and finish a program and lose weight that I want to, right? Why can't I make a side income? Why can't I do this? Why can't I figure this out? So when I started saying, why not me? My business and mentality changed. You guys, I built my entire business part-time. And a lot of you are doing this part-time. And when you start to look at it like that, and you really know why you're doing this, you are gonna make it happen. Yeah, why not you? So I really, really want you more than anything to be on this Zoom and just think, one, why not me? But two, if I can do this part-time, what would it mean to me to not worry about extra things like groceries? What would it mean to help other people lose 20 pounds? Like, what would it mean if I can make a Beachbody paycheck and not worry about my car payment? That's where it all started for me. Those are the questions I started asking myself. I remember specifically, if you guys have ever been to my house, a lot of you have, I have this huge couch. It is huge. I always wanted a large couch where it can fit a lot of people. I remember we paid it in full because of Beachbody being my part-time thing. Wouldn't that be awesome? When I made $4.99 on one paycheck, one, I didn't have a boss guaranteeing me any kind of money. That was me being bold and sharing my story. That's a cup of coffee with someone, right? Like guilt-free things. And then what is it and why are you here? Like, why do you want this? Because a lot of times I see a lot of coaches who miss goals, who quit, or they get off track and they feel sorry for themselves. And they do all these things. And I think they lose sight. They let all of coaching is truly about becoming healthier and happier. This has nothing to do about leadership, but I'm just fired up right now and I'm just going to share it. In all actuality, coaching legitimately makes you become a better person. Why would anyone want to quit that? Because they let outside influences influence their decision to quit being healthy. This makes you become a better person, you guys. You get in a wonderful shape. You are working on your nutrition to fuel your brain and your body, right? And help your heart. And you're surrounded by people who actually care about you. 70% of people hate their jobs. 3 out of 4 people would rather have a new boss than a raise. There are people in your life possibly that are the most negative people you've ever met. Sometimes I forget people can be so negative until I'm around negativity and I go, this is what the world is like? Because I surround myself with the best. I surround myself with people who tell me to dream bigger. I surround myself with people who don't make excuses for not being successful. I remember when I had a miscarriage, someone's like, you should take it easy, you shouldn't work. One, you don't know why I love this. Two, this isn't really a job to me because I genuinely am so passionate about it. And I just think, man, that person was trying to make an excuse for me. I was feeling it. I was feeling it hard. I had a hard few months in the beginning of the year. It still sometimes crushes my soul. But the people around me didn't make excuses for me. And I really do believe that when you surround yourself with people who don't make excuses for you, it makes you better, as frustrating as it is. I don't think people quit at the top of their game, and I don't think people quit when they're like feeling amazing about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really challenging you today to know what you're willing to do. And okay, let's get into leadership stuff and then we'll talk about the Diamond Retreat. I'm going to make this quick. Mel Robbins was my favorite person ever. She does the 5-second rule. You guys, I did this with Chris Downing. He was like on the elevator about to hit it. And Sarah and I come like rounding the corner and he's right there and Eric's with us. And I go out loud, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, can we get a picture with you? Didn't even think about it because I didn't allow myself to normally I'd be like, no, I'm awkward. But I was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I can do it. And then I did it to Megan Davies the Clean Week trainer. I was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, can I have a picture with you? And Sarah Freed did that. She did the one with Megan Davies. She was like, I was like, Sarah, she's like, no, I'm nervous. I was like, count down from 5. And she's like, you're crazy. And she did it. And like, we walked over there and it was so much fun. And then Eric's like, Chris Downing smells so good. And I was like, he does, Eric. He does smell really, really good. And he's very, very like muscular in real life, just like he would be on video. But when you're sending out an invite or you have someone on your dream team, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just do it. Today, I messaged someone and I was hesitant and I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. And I said, hey, thanks for showing me some love on my post. I just wanted you to know that gave me a lot of confidence. I don't know if you saw, I have a 14-day boot camp coming up that's on fitness, nutrition, and confidence. We're going to be throwing a party at the end of the year. I'm going to be giving away some of my favorite things. And I would love for you to see if it's a good fit for you. She said, oh my gosh, I've been meaning to message you. I would love more information. I just sent out in the last maybe hour and a half, 5 canned responses simply because I posted my transformation and I posted it in a story on Instagram. I did live. I did like 5 things today about my next boot camp. Are you taking it to that next level? Leadership made me realize that I wasn't setting the bar high for myself, that I was allowing myself to be okay with coasting, that I was making excuses for not hitting certain goals. And this isn't to burn you out. This isn't to make you feel less than. This is just to show you that I've been there and I need to level up. I need to level up. I owe it to myself. I said to someone today, one of my mentors for corporate, I said, there's more in me. I need to show my team that I'm constantly setting the bar higher for myself. And I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid of failing, and I need to do that. So I just really encourage you guys to do that. Here were a couple questions that I wrote down from leadership. Where do you want to go? Like when you're posting every day, like where do you want that to take you? Or do you feel like you're just doing things because you have to do them? Are you posting with intentionality? Like, I really want to help someone. I shared a story. I was presenting at the Diamond Retreat and I started crying. And I started crying as I was sharing Sarah Scott's transformation. And the reason I was crying was because I was so full of joy that every time I post a transformation, I hope that it allows it to be a segue to helping someone else. I have found so much joy in this business, you guys. I have so much fun in it, and it is a blast. And I just really encourage you to ask yourself, where do you want to go? Or are you just doing the like day-to-day things? Like, where are you going? Where's your end result? And then what are you holding on to in life that you need to let go of? What are you holding on? A missed goal? Something in your personal life are you holding on to that you need to let go? Someone who hurt your feelings or crushed your soul? Like, what do you need to let go of? And then this was another question. The only person you can't lie to is yourself. So will my life be more about me or more about others? And I think a lot of times when people quit or stop doing something or make excuses, they make it all about them. Someone was telling me like, oh, everyone's telling me no. And I'm like, I feel like you're making this all about you. You're not making it about them. So you can't lie to yourself, right? Keep your hands dirty in this business. I would hope that you would know that I am in the trenches. My hands are dirty in this business. I work really hard. I would hope that you would know, right, that other people that you look up to. Yeah, skin in the game. Freaking love that, Lauren Lundberg. And are you fiercely fearless about growth? Or are you afraid of it? I was like, whoa. Like you guys, I hit elite last year. I could have easily been like, nah, I'm not going to go for it again. I am fiercely fearless about growing. And then, why do you do what you do? That's what Jason Jennings asks someone. He'll never say, what do you do? He says, I'm only interested in why they do it. And then when they tell me why, then I'll ask them what they do. So with coaching on your social media, is it just about what you're doing? Or is it about why you're doing it? Do people know that you just want to help people feel better? Like, do people know that your why is because you need more positivity? Like, why do you do this? Not what do you do in this? Yeah, you run boot camps, you do this stuff, but like, why did you become a coach, right? And then he'll go, share your soul with me after you tell him why you do what you do. And that was a gut check. He interviewed, Jason Jennings is amazing. He was a keynote speaker. And he interviewed Bill Gates. And this is what Bill Gates said. He said, or Jason Jennings says, like, why do you do what you do? That's like why he asked him. And he goes, this company has given me the opportunity to grow personally, professionally, and financially. It's my job that others have the same opportunity. I got goosebumps as soon as he said that, because I was like, that's why I do this. It has helped me grow personally, my marriage, right? My mindset. It's helped me surround myself around better people. It's reinstructed, recreated my priorities, that I don't live for the weekends anymore. And part-time, when I did this part-time, I didn't live for the weekends anymore, because I was able to find the joy in each day. Does that make sense? I don't think being a full-time coach is the answer to all your happiness. I really think it starts right now where you're at. And it taught me to be present, right? So it's helped me grow personally. It's helped me grow professionally. All the PD that we do, all the challenging conversations that we have, right? All of the ways that we're able to help other people be better. It's helped me professionally. In fact, when I started this part-time, it helps me be a better teacher. And then financially, I made zeros for a long time. I think it's so easy to be like, that person just started and they're already surpassing me in rank in Success Club. Like, get over yourself. Start right now and be like, why do I do this? Why do I want to do this? And where am I going, right? And then when it starts to help you financially, it's going to be a $4.99 paycheck. And then it's going to be a $30 paycheck. Then maybe back to zeros. And then all of a sudden, I remember I got $268, and it was Christmas time, my first year as a coach. And I was really like, I cannot believe I just made that much money doing something I'm so full of joy on. You guys, I started in May. like that was a long time, right? To December. I was like, oh my gosh. Then my paychecks turned into like $500 a week, and then $900 a week. Like, then it just kept going. And I was like, what the heck? This is amazing. But I will never forget my $0 paychecks, because I had so much joy in what I was doing that it didn't matter. Does that make sense? And then now I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. It's so good. So it's our job to make sure that other people have this opportunity. Does that make sense? It's our job. And then Teresa Schrader said this. She said, every invite you don't send out is hurting your family. Every time you're scared, it's getting you farther away from your goal. Every time you're nervous to hit send on a post, or every day you don't show up. I'm not talking like freaking filling out your tracker by like 1 million and going real. I mean, like, you're not showing people your journey. That's just like a week off of like hitting wherever you want to go, right? Like, whoa, I had to have that gut check with myself today. I was like, I say I want all this stuff. Why am I not up in the ante a little bit? I have it in me. I'm not going to make excuses. Like, I can do that, right? I can do that. I'm going to get into other stuff later. Some phrase that someone said, I can't remember, is a good thing would be to put on a post. I'm going to shoot random things at you before we get into some other stuff, so like bear with my mind. Are you wishing you could lose weight? Everyone's wishing they could lose weight. So use that somewhere in social media, right? Have we all been there? Maybe we're still there. So post about that. So the algorithm, it was about the algorithm of Facebook. Spend 10 minutes before you post commenting and liking on other people's things because it's supposed to be interactive, it's supposed to be social. Do you guys have social proof on your social media of not just your transformations, but challengers, other coaches, and not just physically, like personally, professionally, and maybe financially? I want you guys to think about that. Mel Robbins, who is my favorite thing, she says, you have the ability to do something scary and stepping out of your comfort zone. You need to rule your own mind or it will rule you. And how you do that is you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So as soon as your alarm goes off, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm out of bed. Oh, I want this person on my dream team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to message them. And then you're doing it. Once you're counting down from 5, don't count up. If you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can keep going. So do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've already made the decision that you want to do it if you're counting down. I taught that in my challenge group this week, by the way. And then ask yourself, what do you need to change from what will you change? What do you need to change to what will you change? So like this year, I will, whatever. And then she talks about that procrastination, worrying, self-doubt, overthinking, saying nothing, feeling insecure, they're all habits. They're all on autopilot. So those things are autopilot. Self-doubt doesn't serve you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move forward. On the plane, like she gave a plane example too, but I was legitimately on the plane with Eric and it was so bumpy. Like it was like this for like a long time. And I'm like, it felt like the wings were going to fly off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to die. And I was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm so excited to see Wyatt. And I like instantly changed my worry to like something I was excited about and it worked. Feeling nervous is normal. Letting it stop you is a choice. Feeling nervous is normal, but letting it stop you is a choice. She said, I can't believe how much I was missing by being afraid. Isn't that so true? Like, how much do we miss out on because we were nervous to talk to someone? And then Jeff Hill gave this amazing story. I loved it so much. He talked about how his granddaughter fell out of bed at 10:30 at night and came down and she's like, Grandpa, I fell out of bed. And he's like, how did you fall out of bed? And she's like, I wasn't all the way in. And he like went upstairs with her and he touched her and he's like, let's get you all the way in. And he related that to coaching. Are you all the way in? Or are you halfway in? Like you need to be all the way in. We create good people who have good character. You guys, that's what we get to do. We get to help people become better and help their character. Wow, so crazy. The main theme I would say is innovation of change. I really love this about, are you guys rocking that this is a part-time business for you? Or are you like weird? Like, I think if you start marketing your social media as I do this part-time, or you could do coach shout outs, like when they rank advanced, being like, let's see, Samantha just became Ruby. I could be like, if I was Liz or like whatever, I could do this for Samantha too. I could be like, oh my gosh, Samantha just crushed an insane goal in her business all while doing this part-time as her side thing, right? Has so much joy. So if you're doing this part-time, you guys, can you please own that? And can you please show people, because not everybody's wanting to do this full-time. They may really love what they do, or that's intimidating to them. But can you just own that this could be a plan B? How about a plan A for finances? Plan A for health and a plan B for finances. Can we look at it like that? That it's okay to rock this part-time. So don't just talk about you loving it part-time as your thing. Even as a mom, if you're a full-time mom, right, at home, own that this is still a part-time thing. But how can you celebrate people, not just you? So like anytime your coaches are having success with transformations, maybe like if your coaches are having success with transformations, be like, I think it's amazing. Or challenger, can you imagine? This challenger lost this amount of weight working full-time. and is doing this boot camp part-time. I don't know, like start to add that in there. Yeah, I know. Kristen just had a baby and she's on. And by the way, the first time I ever met Kristen, we did a one-on-one with her with Lauren, and she had just had a baby too. Like, I feel like it's just, she's in this. She's all the way in, and I'm so proud. I love that you noticed that. Okay, top coach Ruth. She said, lead your team with goals. This business isn't broken. I love that she said that. What goals do you want to set with your team? And that was me. Dream big, develop trust, like share your vision, be vulnerable and honest. Did you guys see that I said I wanted to be a 2-time elite coach and a 2-time elite team? That was super scary to see, like, set out there. Like, we have some work to do to make that happen, but like, I'm like, we can do it, right? So I did that, and it was because of her. She said, core leaders, being a leader requires being real. Own being a leader now. Being a leader isn't having this many people on your team, right? Be a leader right now. You need to, I'll get into that in a little bit. Sorry, I'm just going through this. I just wanted to write down some other stuff. Let's see. Otherwise, let's get into, it was really, really cool that, let's see. Milan, she was the very first ever Beachbody coach. So she like calls herself the great grandma. She's 58 and lives in Sonoma County, which is like a little bit north of me. And she was just in this, and it was just really cool to listen to her and just how much belief she has in this. It was really cool. This is a really cool thing. So you guys know how we have the Vital process where we help people, challengers, right? We get our challengers results, and then we share with our challengers the coaching opportunity, and then they become leaders, right? So we have challenge groups to get people in there. We get them results. We share, they need to join this team. This team is freaking phenomenal, right? She actually said this is where before the that process, you need to make sure you're showing up and sharing your journey every day. Before you try to help all these people, you need to make sure you're showing up yourself. And you need to be intentional with expanding your network. I've been doing that all on Instagram, and I can teach you, or it's all in my recorded videos on YouTube. Genuinely connect with people. Like, just be about people. Yeah, own your crap is what she called it. And then make sure you have a call to action on your posts. Every post should have a call to action. So something like, it doesn't have to be like, message me for more details. It'll be like, what are you waiting for? Like, you need to do this now, right? Like, put that call to action on there and invite you guys. I went live today, posted my transformation, all these things. And because I did that on Instagram here and here, I sent out 5 canned responses. It took me 2 seconds. I'm so excited. All right, enough is enough about leadership. I will go back into that, but I want to save the rest of the time, spending the next 35 minutes having everyone who went to the Diamond Retreat speak. First of all, I remember wanting to be a diamond so bad. And here's the deal. Rank is not going to give you confidence in this business, but diamond is where it seriously ignites so much growth. Emerald is like a duh, right? Like, we all need to understand that Emerald, that's just what you need to do. Like, that's just like the step into running your business. Diamond is the same thing. You guys, diamond isn't hard. We're overcomplicating this. Diamond is not hard. You just have to have some serious gut checks. Are you talking about this team? Are you talking about this opportunity? Are you getting people results? Are you sharing your journey? It's not hard. Stop making it hard. But I remember desperately just wanting to be at these mastermind things, right? I wanted to be a part of this. And I remember the first time I was a new diamond, and our diamond retreat was in Alpena, Michigan, where Trina Gray lives, and she had a diamond reception at her house. I remember that there was a red carpet rolled out for us, catered food, all this stuff. And I just remember being so grateful. It wasn't because I was diamond that made me grateful. It was because I set the bar high for myself and I didn't give up. I went for it. I decided to do it. And then I didn't let it stop me. So many people let goals, and then they hit cruise. They stop doing the things that have gotten them to where they're going and where they've been. Does that make sense? So if you've been Emerald and you've been hitting cruise control, you've completely stopped doing what you've needed to do, right? Or if you're diamond, you gotta have those gut checks with you. Or maybe hitting Success Club, you stopped doing what it took. Like you were relying on everybody else. Nah, you guys, it gives me so much joy to be a part of these things because it's helping me grow. Diamond is easy. Emerald is a non-negotiable. We can do it. I'm here for you. You guys ready to end the year like freaking like beasts and not making excuses for like, I'm working too much like this, like really like being like, I have so much joy in helping other people. I have so much joy to be a part of this mission and this team because it helps me professionally, personally, and financially. And it is my job to give that opportunity to someone else. All right, let's go ahead and take it away. Hearing about our diamond retreat in Las Vegas. It was in the mountains. It was a totally different vibe than the Strip. Let me tell you that. All right, we'll go ahead and Kara, do you want to go since I see you first? And then once you're done, you can call on whoever else you see.
I can. The biggest thing for me was just you've already touched on it a little bit, was leveling up. And Kim and I had some time this morning to kind of reflect on that. And I think for me, it was more of not overcomplicating being a diamond and not overcomplicating leadership. And just, one of the best parts about the diamond retreat was the fact that Trina gave us some time to really implement what we just talked about. So one of the things I really stuck with me was the call to action, the coach application, the canned responses, things that really were on my to-do list for the last week or so, if I'm being brutally honest, that I just never made time for, that I just overcomplicated it. And that's really a huge part of what I took from that was, taking 15 minutes and doing a video, or taking 15 minutes and writing a canned response, or taking 15 minutes and just chunking it out, because we talked about this as a part-time hustler. Ever since I got pregnant, Kristen and I were doing power hours about an hour and a half each morning, and that has not been the case for a while. So we still showed up every single day, but it looks different now. And the fact that we just coined that term this weekend makes me feel so much better about it, because I know we're still showing up. So yeah, that's really what I'm taking with me from this weekend.
Yay! Okay, I'll just call on other people. You're amazing. I love you. She was getting after it on her workouts, being pregnant. I'm like, there's no excuses in my house right now. I need to get it going. All right, Kim and then Lauren.
Okay, so I have tons of notes, as I'm sure everyone else does. But one of the things that I thought was a reoccurring theme throughout everything that I heard this weekend, not only at the retreat, but also on the National Wake Up Call and all these other things, was this big idea, this purpose, your why, all of these things. And so really thinking about not only what your why is in this business, but what is a big idea that you can execute. We talked a lot about free groups and something that you're super passionate about, something that you love, that fires you up, something that's going to serve you, but then yes, Mariah, owning your why. And so really digging into something, a big idea, and then executing on it. And not just letting that big idea sit there on the shelf, or letting that big idea not come into fruition, but taking action and doing something about it. Trina talked about how she has this really crappy video on her website, and she told us, if you all go watch it, you're gonna feel sorry for me that it's not good quality. She's like, who cares? It's up. It's there, and people are watching it, and people are relating to it. And it's all about just getting the content out there, and then you can always do it better later. But taking action and not worrying about the tweaks that are going to have to happen, not worrying about the hiccups that are going to happen, but just doing it and feeling good about it, because you're fulfilling your mission, you're fulfilling your purpose, that you are taking this big idea and running with it, not from it. So she talked about like tried to brainstorm some things like what's your big idea, how are you going to execute it, what value can you add to people. We talked, Kara and I were talking on the way home. We had a 3.5-hour drive from Minneapolis this morning. We had a lot of reflecting together, and one of the things we talked about with her was like if she could do this free group, and like and the other thing about free groups was that free groups should not be about Beachbody. Free groups need to, and I love that Julie, right now, she's on the screen. Free groups need to be about something completely different, and it's just a value add piece. Like, don't pour your heart and soul into free groups because you're giving all of your attention, all of your energy into this thing that you're not getting anything back from. So if you are just, your free group should be something very simple. And so I was talking to Kara this morning, it could be something like she's this mom of 2 group. And so she could there like ask a question or something she learned, like now wanting to be a mom or now going to be a mom of 2. Like Julianne's done it before with the whole Wyatt thing, like the boxer mom thing. Like she had a whole week where she just like posted a question about boxers, or like, I have a new dog, what's something a tip that I need. Like it's just something super simple. Sarah Morrison did a free 75-day free group about butts and toning your legs because she was pregnant getting ready for a cruise. And so every day she showed up every single day and she did a 5-minute video of like leg moves. And that's all it was. That's all she did. She didn't talk about Shakeology, or maybe she did, but they didn't have to check in with the shake. They didn't have to have some crazy response on anything. It was super simple, and she just showed up one time a day. There was no check-in. She didn't pour her heart and soul into it. It was just something she did because it was something passionate she had and something that she, felt like other people might want to join. And she said still to this day, that was what, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago? It's back when like she was pregnant with Oz, so like a long time ago. And she said she's still getting requests to this open free group. And she messages them. She's like, you're more than welcome to be in it, but like, just so you know, it's not active anymore. Like, but they can still go through and see the videos and do those things. So get a big idea, figure out what your big idea is, something that you're passionate about, something that you love, something that you want to be a part of in life, that you're passionate about, that you can go all in on. And then just open it up as a free, public, open group, and then just posting it once a day. And just add value to people or ask questions that they can add value to each other. And then from those people that you get to know in there, they get to know you, they get to trust you. You can start to friend request them. They can start to see what you're doing on your actual page. You can start a funnel system into getting into people, and it becomes more of a less icky way of inviting people, I guess you could say. And you're building relationships, and you're doing something that is going to serve you and serve them. But it's not pouring your heart and soul into something that's not going to really benefit you in the long run. So if you're working 40 hours a week on this, or trying to work 40 hours a week on this for $4.99 because you're not selling anything to the people that are in this challenge group, you're beating your head against the wall. Do a free challenge group. It's very minimal, and get people, funnel them into a paid group where you're actually going to be earning commissions, that you're actually going to be earning Success Club, that you're actually going to be moving your business forward. Don't put all of your heart and soul and energy into this. And I had a gut check on this too, because I have a free group coming up about, what is my free group right now? Affirmations coming up. And I was like, hey, this is a free group about affirmations, and I've developed all this content around, I've spent all this time on. And I'm like, you could upgrade to Clean Week, but nobody will. Why put all of your heart and soul into something that they don't have to pay for? And then all of a sudden later it gets weird. Like, how do I convert people from free groups to challenge groups when they've got all of me in this free? Like, there's nothing to upgrade to. Does that make sense? So don't worry about free groups, but you need to worry about free groups and the fact that you should do them, and do them well, and just simplifying it. There's a phrase in teaching that's called KISS. Keep it simple, silly. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't, like, it could be a different S word, but we use silly. And so keeping it positive here. And so make sure, yeah, I know it's not your phrase, but yeah, just keep it simple. Do something there that you love, that you get fired up about, and you can totally funnel people in that are going to know you, trust you, and then they will join you in a different way, in a paid way later on. So that was my takeaway. And I'm going to call on Mariah since she is.
Wait, Lauren's going and then Mariah. Sorry.
Oh, Lauren. Sorry,
With
Lauren. Yes, go, Lauren.
That's okay. Kim, I'm so happy that you talked about, because I had 2 topics I wanted to talk about, and that was one of them. And I think the reason I feel people get stuck because they're so scared of sounding salesy. And I want you to gut check yourself. Like, do you find value in Shakeology? Do you find value in these workout programs? And if you do, if they've helped improve your life, forget that there's a sale. Know that have conviction that it's going to help them. So like, if you're scared of sounding salesy, if you're scared of like taking that leap in 5-second rule for this, throw it out there and be like, I know that this is going to help you. This is what you need to do to get results. Bam, done. Like, you're in or you're out. So don't overthink that. So Kim, thank you for talking about that. I want to talk about something, like, there were so many amazing takeaways. There are so many different things that you could implement. And I think a lot of us were having summit brain at so many times, like, oh my gosh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's really easy to get overwhelmed. But honestly, my biggest takeaway was a self-reflection with taking action. And I think this can relate to so many of you. And so I wanted to share my heart with this. So it's probably, I don't know, Julianne, how long have you been doing canned responses?
Seriously, like a month and a half.
Okay, so for a month and a half, I have been watching Julianne talk about canned responses. For a month and a half, I've been watching her do Zooms on canned responses. I've been watching these recordings pop up about canned responses. I probably saw them between 3 to 5 times. Not once did I actually take the time to watch the video on canned responses. And I watched her present about this live at a diamond retreat that I traveled to Las Vegas to, spent money on a plane ticket for. And I'm like, Julianne is my upline, and I'm not taking in this resource. She's been pouring her heart out into at least 3 to 5 different Zooms, and this would have moved my business forward in the last month and a half. And so I want you to gut check yourself. Are there resources out there for you that you are not digging into right now? And I'm gonna push you a little bit. And this is something I'm really working hard on, because I'm a blue and I have a hard time pushing people because I feel guilty about doing that. And so I'm taking this as a leap for myself as well. You have a huge opportunity to find resources on a thing called YouTube. Every answer you ever want to know about coaching, if you need help with inviting, if you need help with PD, if you need help with building relationships, if you need help as a leader, YouTube. Do it. Just take action. Like, just freaking do it. Like, you don't need to fly to Vegas. You don't need to fly to Mexico. You don't need to go anywhere. You have it. And the tool that you were watching this very Zoom on right now. You either want it or you don't. Do it. Done.
I'm freaking out because I was like, yes! You guys, sometimes you can say a thing 100 times and teach it 100 times, and then it just takes one other person to articulate it in a way that I think was in my head. But I love that you were like, I paid for a plane ticket to go here and listen to it when I've been seeing it all over our team. Do you guys know, people are telling me, they're like, at the tables that from Team Happy and Fit, they're like, wait, like, Julianne's already taught you guys this? Like, they like literally couldn't believe it. And they were just like, wait, you got what? Like, y'all, I swear, like, Sarah and I got your back. Like, we really want you to be super successful, okay? Lauren, the way you just articulated that, just like boss. Yes, awesome. Okay, I'm just going based on my screen. Erica, you are next. Did you want to share something, or were you really caught off guard?
Okay. No, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on my phone and computer, so I don't know what's working here. Yeah, so lots of awesome takeaways already. I think Kim and Lauren hit like everything that I had written down. But on the note of what Lauren was just talking about with pushing people, pushing us to be resourceful, I think that was a big gut check for me, is just hearing people talk about not hitting goals. And it was helpful to hear Trina talk about how goals are great to have if they don't steal your joy. And that just having that permission to find joy in your goals and not let them steal that joy from you. But then also we talked about how, I think I wrote down, good friends don't say it's okay when you don't hit a goal. Rather, you push them to figure out what's next or what they're going to change. So that was big for me, just thinking about myself and being thankful for Julianne and others on the team to push me even when I don't hit goals, but then also thinking about my challengers and not just always telling them, oh, it's okay, you didn't work out at all this week, it's okay, you didn't eat healthy at all. Like, just realizing, it helped me realize why we do what we do, and that is to help people reach goals and to live healthier lives. And that doesn't mean that we're always going to make people like us initially. I think it can be hard to push people, and that can make it feel like they're not going to like you, but usually in the long run, they'll be thankful for it. And I know I am. So that was one of my big takeaways. Otherwise, yeah, I think everyone else hit it. The biggest takeaway I had was with the big idea, and just figuring out what your big idea is and running with that. And hearing some of the examples, I felt gave me permission, being a stay-at-home mom, to really start reaching out. Okay, Kim, I will. Reaching out to more moms and tailoring coaching and groups to moms or to working moms who don't want to do this full time, who love what they do as a stay-at-home mom and maybe only can put in a half hour a day or 4 days a week or whatever it is. So I really enjoyed that, just having the permission to make coaching what I want it to be and to reach out to those people who are like me. So I think finding my avatar, I guess, is we've talked a lot about your avatar in this team as well. So like Lauren said, sometimes you just pay for a plane ticket and go to Las Vegas to hear something that you've heard many times before, but it just hits you differently. So yeah, and along the lines of free groups, Kim talked about that a lot, with not making them look like something Beachbody related that should be paid for. That was a huge gut check for me, because I've done that a lot, adding way too much value to free groups. So I'm really excited now to still do free groups and do them on something that I need, that I'm excited for, but very simple. So since Kim asked me to say what my next one's about, it's Don't Pee Your Pants free group. For all the moms in here, you'll probably understand, but we're going to be working on Kegels and things like that. So yeah, so those were my top takeaways.
All right, Mariah, you're up. That's so funny.
I don't know about you guys, but I already missed my diamonds, because does that not just freaking fire you up? Like, everything that they're saying, everything that they're pouring their heart out, like, it's just so freaking amazing, and I'm so excited. So my kind of takeaway kind of comes from that, and it's just the community. Guys, I had no intention on going to Las Vegas. I am super busy, as you guys mostly know. A lot of you guys follow me. I am working on my dissertation. I'm trying to finish school. I work full time, and all of these excuses came into my head. And I don't know if it was like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 moment or not, but it was like a, I need to see my freaking girls moment. So
I sat there and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. Trina ended up paying for all of our stay, so I really, truly had no excuse. I needed to bust my butt. I took PTO off for the entire front half of the week so that I can spend time with my girls. And I literally am just so floored by this community. Guys, this is a team. We are in the trenches together. I got to spend an entire weekend with 73 other incredible human beings who are sitting here in this business because they want to better themselves. They want to grow in their health and happiness. They want to grow financially, and they want to grow their teams. So regardless of anything, you guys are here and you're here for a freaking reason. And that, like, in itself is badass. So I freaking love that. So community is definitely my number one takeaway. I love you guys all. You guys are so freaking awesome. And then my second takeaway is kind of hand in hand with Lauren. So with being super, super busy, I was like, Julianne, if I see one more post about a canned response and I don't know what a canned response is, I'm gonna freaking go crazy. And Jules is my big sister. She is that person that is like, Mariah, I'm not gonna let you vent and not have a solution to your problem kind of thing. She's in your face, and I love that, and that's why I love her, and that's why we are so good together. So today, or this past weekend, I literally sat there and I looked at Sarah, and I was like, Sarah, I'm gonna do these stupid canned responses so that I don't have to see it anymore. I sent out 12 canned responses today, and it took all of 3 seconds, and I had 6 people be like, okay, I'm going to click on the link and I'm going to sign up. It literally shaved off a fraction of time for me that I don't have in general. So the very first thing I need you to do when you get off this Zoom, if nothing else, if you are a part-time hustler like me, I need you to get your butt on Julianne's YouTube, and I need you to look at her canned response video. I need you to take a week out of your life, busy life or not, and make this happen. I literally did canned responses in a span of an hour and a half, and over the weekend, and I sent out over 13 canned responses. And I know that in just that alone, this month, I didn't even think, I knew I was going to hit Success Club because it's a non-negotiable, but shit, I could hit Success Club 20 with these canned responses, just throwing it out there. So you guys need to implement right away. These diamonds work their butts off this weekend. I know it looked like a ton of fun, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, all these pictures and the beauty, but truly we went there to mastermind. We went there to build this team. We went there to continue to learn information, but then also to give it to you guys. Guys, this business is a replication. It's duplicatable. We're never going to hold out on you. We're here to help you. We're here to inspire you, and we're here to help you recreate the same thing. We're in this together. Like I always say that we're in a boxing ring together, and we're going to make this freaking happen. We are in this together. We are in the trenches together. And if you guys are ever feeling overwhelmed, or if you need anything, exactly what Lauren said, get your butt on YouTube, get your butt on the Team Happy and Fit resource page, because I want to tell you something. I don't think Lauren, me, Kim, maybe Kara had Fit and Free 101, because I know I didn't. When I signed up, I hit diamond in 90 days, and it happened because I had Sarah and I had YouTube and I had GTS, which means Google that shit. So you make it happen if you want it to happen. Guys, this business is yours. Success is not above you. And I just have to say, why not you?
Bam. Yes. And I think a lot of times we buy into our limiting stories of, I'm not like her, like, I'm not like this, I don't look like this, I'm not like, get over yourself. Like for real, like I'm saying that with so much love, because I didn't think someone like me could be doing what I'm doing right now. And like I taught myself on YouTube. You guys check our resources page, go to my YouTube, subscribe to it. I will teach you everything. Sarah, all of us will. And there's no secret to this thing. Our motto, team motto, I got it from Trina Gray, is success is not above you. Like it's not. And I truly believe this opportunity has no limitations for anybody. The only thing that limits you is your mindset. Truthfully, like, do you want this? You have to make a decision. And then you just need to do it. You need to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was amazing. Thank you for that. Kara's going to share something real fast after I go. I'm reading this book called Finish by Jon Acuff. It's so good. I was just talking to Liz Colborn on the phone, and I said, Liz, what do you need to bomb at life? Like, what do you need to suck at? Like, tell me. I want to know what you need to suck at. And she's like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, well, like for me, I really want to suck at watching a lot of TV. If that means I can spend more time helping people and really working this business, then great. What is it? Like John Acuff talked, he wanted to suck at Snapchat. And then he would be good at something else. Like when you choose to suck and bomb at something, that means you can have more time to put in other things. And so like, what do you want to suck at? Do you want to suck at doing your lawn? Do you want to suck at doing your dishes as soon as they're dirty? Like, what do you want to suck at so you can really thrive in another area? Second, sometimes like this whole week, I felt like scrambled eggs. Like I was like, oh my gosh, my brain. It was seriously so much information of 1 week of like that idea, that sometimes when we have so much and so many ideas, that paralyzes us from taking action. And what I've learned is the thing that's going to move you forward in this business is taking action. So this was a lot of information. What is one thing that you can do after this Zoom or this week? Like, for example, if you look at canned responses, it's like meal prepping. Someone's like, is anyone else like, does your meal prepping really take a couple hours? I was like, yeah. And she's like, but I don't have time for that. I was like, no, you do, because it's saving you time. And therefore you're not going out to eat, right? You're not buying this junk to fuel your body, to keep it going. Like your meal prepping, you have to put a lot of work in the front end. When I made all my canned responses, that would be my power hour. I'd make my canned responses. You guys, I didn't hit Success Club when I was making my canned responses. But guess what? Now, give me your email. Now it saves you time. So if you look at that, yeah, it's a lot of front end work, but if you look at it meal prepping, it's going to save you time later on. So I feel like scrambled eggs sometimes when my brain is like, what? It's like all crazy. So just please pick one thing. Teresa Schrader and I made a Success Club group for the group of November. And this is not like, oh, I think I should hit Success Club, or I know it's good, or I'm going to show up really hard and then disappear for the last few weeks. Like there are people that will be like, I'm in it. And then they're not. I'm back. I'm really not. Like, it's just like, that is what gets you down in this bit. Like, that's what makes you not move forward. This Success Club group is one where you're like, I'm going to make it happen. When this happens, I'm still going to make it happen. So only request access if you're going to make it happen. And then lastly, before Kara goes, this team is so legit. It was so awesome hanging out with the leaders of Team Happy and Fit. And I know you guys have all your other teams that have reigned from Team Happy and Fit, but we had lunch our last day together. And I think there were 7 of us. And I was just looking around and I'm like, man, like we've been here for a while. We've been here for a while. Lauren's been here the longest, and then Lindsay. And it was just like really cool. Sarah's been here the longest with me. And it was just really cool to be like, wow, like they care so much about helping everybody. And they care so much about leading their teams and all of you with such integrity and joy and happiness. And I had a moment where I looked around and I was like, I am so proud. I am so proud of them. And I'm so proud of this team and what it stands for. And I know I can push. I know you can get frustrated with me because I'm going to do a no BS thing. Like, I'm just going to hold you to it. And I know that can be frustrating, but at the same time, like, you can't unknow this joy. You can't unknow what this creates for you, which is a better attitude, which is more confidence, which is living healthier and happier, which is literally like self-care. You can't ever unknow that. And I just was super proud. And I think that was probably my favorite thing the entire week was like, I remember envisioning what I wanted my team to look like. And Sarah and I are the co-founders of this team. And we just, this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. And we wanted people to believe in other people, but yet not make excuses for them, but to dream so big and make it happen. So we have 2 months left of the year. And I say we freaking go for it. I don't mean overwork and just work. I mean like be intentional. Let's build relationships. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just get it done. Kara, close us out.
I like what you said about feeling like scrambled eggs, because I know from summit to retreat to you guys, our wish and our want for you is to take 1 to 2 action items from what we've told you tonight and really just get to it. Set your timer, be intentional, don't get lost in your newsfeed, don't get lost in Instagram, and just freaking go for it. It doesn't take being a diamond to give yourself permission to level up. And I know I spoke to that once, and one thing I forgot to mention is go ahead and set yourself deadlines. When you set a deadline for a challenge group, when you set a deadline for a coaching sneak peek, when you set a deadline to hit Success Club every month, you're really just putting that owner's hat on, you're putting that CEO hat on, and you're giving yourself permission to grow. And it might be scary, but everything's going to flow from that deadline. So Trina gave a couple examples of a top coach that she had on a team call previously, Mindy Wender. She said that weeks 1 and 3, she does a challenger sneak peek. Weeks 2 and 4, she does a coaching go live. And there's different ways to do, the coaching sneak peek. But give yourself permission to take that 5 feet out of your comfort zone. Whether you are a coach wanting to be emerald, emerald wanting to be diamond, diamond wanting to run with this business, or be a part-time hustler, it does not matter what your rank is. Look at what is going to give you permission to grow outside your comfort zone. Don't wait for your upline to give you permission. Don't wait for a Las Vegas ticket to give yourself permission, because that is my biggest takeaway is waiting for those opportunities. And I didn't wait for those opportunities to get to diamond. So why the heck am I waiting for opportunities after diamond?
Heck yes. Okay, Kim's really going to close us out on this. Stay on, you guys. Then I want to take a picture after she talks.
Very hard to follow, Kara. That was like bomb right there. I want to share something that she doesn't know this, so don't tell her. I didn't video record, but I audio recorded Trina's last little bit and listened to it over and over again on the way home today. And it was so good. And so she was talking about like the whole joy thing. She was talking about how, like we put huge goals on ourselves and we let them crush us if we don't hit it. So like, we're like, oh, we need to hit diamond by this point. And if we don't do it, like ruins our year. Like we didn't actually accomplish anything, which is so untrue. Like we do amazing things all the time. Or like I'm going for elite, or Julianne's going for elite. And if we don't hit elite, it's going to like crush us. And like, oh, it was the year was a waste. But it's so not true. Cause like, look at all the amazing things that have happened this year, if we hit it or not, and so she was talking about that, but then she was also talking about how, you need to keep seeking joy. You need to, keep working hard, and like hard things will happen in your life. That's just a part of the human experience. We are not guaranteed an easy life. We are guaranteed, and even like this is, I'm gonna get spiritual a little bit on you here, but like God did not promise you an easy life. He promised you a life with Him, and in that you need to ride the 2 rails of joy and fear. You need to ride the 2 rails of joy and sorrow, and there's always going to be those things that are in your life. But it's how you respond. It's how you respond to the events of life, because every event in life is neutral, and if it had an emotion, if it had feeling to it, it would be the same for everyone. But because people respond to different situations differently, and that we're able to respond to things differently, it just proves that every event is neutral, and it's all about the emotion that we feel that dictates how we respond. So you're going to have hard things happen in your life, and it's not necessarily the things that have happened that cause you anger, sadness, pain, whatever. It's the emotion that you tie to it. And if it's not the things that happen in your life, it's the feelings that happen and that bring you down. And so what we really need to do is just accept the fact that there's going to be joy, accept the fact that there's going to be crap, and you got to move past the crap to get back to the joy. If like our pastor, Dave Bartlett, Kara goes to my church too, like he talks about riding those 2 rails like a train car. If you've ever watched a train car on the tracks, it moves like this. It's constantly shifting its way back and forth in fear, and the 2 rails, fear and joy, that hardship and joy. And so that's how life happens. That's how life works. And Trina said today or yesterday that 90% of the time when people are struggling in this business, it's not because of the business. It's because of the things outside of their life. It's the things that are outside of this business. So if you're going through crap this year, if you're going through crap right now, if you're sick, if you have sick, ailing family members, I've got a lot of crap happening in my personal life right now, but I'm not letting it distract me from the things that I know are going to save this country. They're going to save these people that we are trying to help. There are 266 million people in this country that are obese and in needing of help. I got an email today from people that I went live on my page about. Like, I encourage you to go share that video, like, because I was like pissed off crazy about it. The state of Iowa is 5th in the whole entire country of obesity-related death rates. Isn't that sad and sickening? We are number 16 with obese kids in our country, and that we have so many people to help here, and I cannot allow myself to be distracted by the crap that happens in life. Lauren had every single reason to give up and stop doing what she was doing because she lost a child, and she has been fighting for a child for so long. But guess what? She still showed up because she has a purpose. She has a mission. She is doing what she needs to do to help other people be happy, healthy individuals. Mariah has every single reason not to be doing this business right now, not to be showing up on this call, not to be doing the things that she needs to do because she has a dissertation to finish. She has professors that are driving her bananas, but she stayed focused with us in the group in the Diamond Retreat. She went and did what she needed to do, and she came back to it because she's convicted in this business. Julianne does the same thing. She's had hard things happen in life. I know I can look at all of you on the screen, and I don't know all of your stories, but I can pinpoint certain people on here that I do know their story and know that we've all have crap that happens in our life. We're all riding these two rails, and we just have to decide what it is that we want to commit to and go all in and be a part of it and know that crap's going to happen, but it's how you respond to the situation, the emotion that you feel with it, and then decide that you're not going to let it completely weigh you down, that you're going to overcome it and just keep walking. Julianne said before, like, she shares a story all the time from her pastor about, like, the buffalo. Are you going to be a buffalo or are you going to be a cow? Are you going to walk into the rain or are you going to run from it? And when you start running from it, you're going to get tired and you get drugged down and you're going to get stuck in it anyway. So move into it, get through it, and then you'll be riding the rail of joy again.